Hey everybody, it's Mike AK, that reseller guy. Now, going for a little bit different angle here this morning. It's Monday morning, which means we got a what sold video. I'm up out of my chair and we're looking at this wall today. You usually are watching from this angle here. And yeah, we're looking back at my desk. You can see a little bit of the mess I got going on my desk. I do have all my orders pulled. Everything's back here, ready to go. Sold about 15 items this weekend on eBay. Nothing on Amazon. Amazon's been really slow lately. I think I've gone 5 days in a row without selling an item. And there is a reason. I mean, I'm not really focusing on Amazon right now. I think I probably have less than 100 items in my Amazon store. Nothing's in their warehouse anymore. Everything that I have available for sale on Amazon is here, fulfilled by a merchant. I will ship it if it sells. And I know that's going to cost me some sales in the long run, but I'm trying to get away a little bit from Amazon. They've been having a lot tighter rules on some items recently, and it's been a little more frustrating for me. So I'm focusing more on eBay and my antique booth as my top two channels of selling, and it's been working really well for me. And Amazon kind of being that third one, still bringing in a little bit of money, but not what it used to. So again, today's Monday, so we got a what sold video, and sales were okay. 15 items for about $500 on eBay, and everything is right here all laid out. You see, there's not really that many items that are going to take long to ship. Most of them are really small items, going to be in poly mailers and cards that are going to ship out in bubble mailers. Everything's going to be quick and easy, so let's go ahead and jump into it, and I'll ramble through some of them. This weekend we did have a decent amount of card sales, and some of it's because my guy's been bringing me a bunch of cards here this past week. I bought a bunch of stuff from him. Hopefully this weekend hopefully this week he will have some more for me, and I'll keep pumping up my card sales. First up here, this one is actually a card that I bought in the auction that was in the big bulk lot. It is pretty trash though. This is a really cool little, I know it's a little dark here filming this way. I'm trying to get the light correctly. I do have a light here, but there's just not a lot of light other than the one above me. And if I have that on, it kind of glares off of everything. So I don't think it's too bad. Let me know. But anyway, this card is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I believe it's from 1975. It's called a Sugar Daddy. So I guess you got one of these with your Sugar Daddy candy. It's actually a fairly valuable card, but this card is creased, it's bent up. But still, it was worth a little bit of money. I put it out for $7 plus shipping, and it sold this weekend. I'm going to ship it through eBay's standard envelope. I bought a bunch of loose ones like this at a Goodwill for like $1 one day. These are 6x5. These are like thank you card and RSVP type envelopes. I do have a link down below for a link on Amazon if you want to check some of these out. Or there's this type of box here. These are made by Pen Gear. I'm sure there's others that are sold at your store. This I bought at a thrift store for $1. So I'm always on the lookout now for these type of envelopes now that I'm using them a lot on eBay. Next card is I think this is my last one of these. These are called Cartoon Skinnies. I gotta leave it back here, otherwise there's no light. This is Anthony Penny Hardaway, and these are like caricature type cards. And I had a bunch of these a while back. There is a Michael Jordan in this set that sells pretty good. I didn't get the Jordan. My guy kept that and then gave me all the rest of the cards, but they still sold pretty good. I think this one sold for about $5 plus shipping, and again, I'll ship it out that eBay standard envelope. So a couple graded cards. And again, these were ones that I got from my guy. First up, we have a Don Sutton card, 1974 tops. This is graded a PSA 7. I did send out a few 10% off offers this weekend, and this was one of them, and it sold for like $14 and change plus shipping. Now these, since it's a graded card, you can't send them through the standard envelope. You got to use a little bubble mailer for those. Again, the bubble mailers, there's a link down below. This is a pretty good one. This is Tony Gwynn. This is his second year card, 1984 Donruss. This one's graded a PSA 9. So this one's in really nice condition. Sold for $39.99 plus shipping. A couple more card things and we'll get back to the other stuff as well. This is a really cool Oakland Raiders team set from 1975, although it was missing one card. Another item that I picked up from my guy last week, and I got $25.99 plus shipping. Now in this lot, there's about 20 some cards, maybe 25 cards, and I don't like to ship these out in a bubble mailer. There's a little too many for me to want to put in there, especially for an item that's worth $25. Now, if this was a little stack of cards that was worth $5, yeah, I'd throw it in a bubble mailer. But I like to use these boxes here, and these fold up pretty good. It's a 5x3x2. So these fold up fairly easily once you do a couple thousand of them. Like this. Cards fit in there, just throw a little packing peanuts. There's some bubble wrap in there to keep it secure. And these boxes work really great. I don't know. There might be a link down below. I'm not sure. All right, this is the last card one. I promise then we'll get to some of the fun stuff. This is 2 starter sets of Bowman Gold Parallel cards. Now, Bowman, you would get 1 gold card per pack. I was building sets a while back, and I just got too far away and just figured they've been sitting in a box for 5-6 years without really adding too many cards to them. So I just figured I'd get them out there and get them sold. Add one buyer, buy both of them. 16 bucks each plus shipping, so 32 bucks for all of these. Next up, got some autographed index cards. These are all Houston Astros from the 1980s. Had a bulk lot of these that I bought out at the sports auction. Now, we haven't had a sports auction in a year and a half, probably longer, because of the pandemic last year and all that. So I've had these for quite a while. But for the lot of 17 of these, I got $24.99, and there might have been shipping as well. All right, that's it for all the sports collectible stuff. So we're going to move on to some other things. And these items I bought at the local auction, I think last week. They had a bunch of Harley Davidson merchandise. I bought 2 boxes, 2 box lots, which just means it had a bunch of different stuff in there. The one that these came from had 3 different like motorcycle toy figures that I'll sell out at my antique booth for like $5 to $7 a piece. I think I bought the box for like $10 or $12. I don't remember. My invoice is over here. I could look, but we'll say it's 10 or 12 bucks. And the good thing about it is there was a bunch of pins and patches in there. And I've sold some of these before, and these are called hog patches for Harley's owner group. And every year they put out a new patch, I'll hold it back here, a new patch and a new pin that you can put on your leather jacket or collect or however you want to do it. I've had a few of these in the past and they sell decently. And a couple of the ones that I got actually were pretty valuable. The 2020 patch, which was in there, the patch and the pin, I think I listed for $30. This one here sold. This was the first one to sell. I listed it yesterday and it sold yesterday. Had just the patch. I didn't have the pin to go with it and got $9.99 plus shipping. So this just about paid for the whole box. But also in that box was this pin, and you can't see it. You'll see it in the pop-up. Is for the Chandler Harley Davidson. It's a big thing. All the different Harley Davidson dealerships usually have their own pins in there and very collectible. And this one sold for $7.99 plus shipping. Grab a couple different things here because these are relatively cheap. This is just an old vintage Sears infant pillowcase I picked up for $1 at one of my thrift stores. Let's see if I can get it. It's hard to really see the pattern all folded up in here. You might be able to see it in the pop-up. I had it in my store for like $12.99. And I just kind of wanted to get rid of it. Sent on an offer for $8 free shipping, and they accepted. So yeah, I'm not really making but maybe $1 or $2 on this after all the fees and shipping, but I just thought it was something neat, so that's why I bought it. Next item is a couple knives. These are paring knives made by the Montana Knife Company. I know I picked these up at a Goodwill, but I don't really remember what I paid for them. I'm sure it was only a couple dollars since it's just a little 2-knife set. This sold for $11.99 plus shipping. Next, I sold the vintage comic book. Again, another item that I bought at the local auction quite a while ago. And I'm down to the last few comics from that lot. This is a giant size Doc Savage #1. It's from 1975, and it's pretty cool. Decent condition, but nothing that people would send out to get graded or anything. Definitely a mid-grade copy. Sold for $9.99, free shipping. All right, before I get to the last few items, let's talk about a couple other things. First off, if you're new, you're watching this for the first time, and you like this type of content, please hit that subscribe button down below. Help support the channel. Everybody else hit that thumbs up button. That helps me out a lot too. Now, recently I've had a lot of returns. Normally, probably maybe 1 return a month is about my average. And in the last week and a half, I've had 7 returns between Amazon and eBay. Kind of crazy. I don't really know what it is. But for whatever reason, stuff's coming back, and it's some higher dollar items. Now, I just had a return come in yesterday for some sports cards that I sold through auction, which to me is a big no-no. If you buy something through auction, you bought it, you paid the most for it, you should stand up to your commitment. And I actually emailed the guy back before I accepted the return. Normally I don't do that. I just accept the return and I just move on from it. This person, I did send an email back and say, hey, look, you bid on this, you saw the pictures, you knew what it was. And he says, I still want to return it. So there's really nothing you can do. As long as you have returns listed on your item, eBay's going to allow their return. So I went ahead and accepted it. And it's like a $72 item. So that's coming back. I had one come back for a Monopoly game. They said they shipped it last week. It's a $100 sale. So that's another big hit as well. Then all of the rest of the stuff adds up to another couple $100 worth of sales. So yeah, I've been hit really hard here in the last couple weeks with about $400 worth of returns. Not real happy about it, but again, it's just part of the business. All right, let's get back to it. Sold these two big giant jumbo baseballs. Now these are novelty type baseballs, but people take these out to baseball games and spring training here in Arizona to get autographs on these. They are made by Rawlings. They look like an official Major League Baseball, just a big jumbo size thing. Picked up a couple of these from my guy a couple of weeks ago. Had a local buyer contact me and ask if I could discount the shipping since he is here local. Absolutely. I said buy one. Shipping is only $8 since it's in state. If you want to buy both of them, then I will only make it $9 for the two of them. So we bought them both. Worked out really well for both of us. And I think they were $12.99 each. So $25.98. Did I do my math right? $25.98 plus shipping for the two big balls. We got Hermie from Rudolph the Red Nosed Reindeer. I don't think he plays. I think he was one that didn't work. Yep, he does not work. So again, I sold them as is. Usually they just need new batteries. Hopefully the batteries didn't leak and get acid all over the battery compartment, because then I definitely will get a return. But these are pretty cool. I bought 4 or 5 of these, 5 different ones, and I'm down to the last 2 now. So they sold pretty well. This one sold for $20 plus shipping, and I paid about $5 each for these. Only a couple items to go. This one is a sun drop hat. Now, I'll see if I can... We'll hold it here. Well, you'll see it in the pop-up. This is Sundrop. He, as it says on here, is the ambassador of goodwill for Arizona. I've never heard of Sundrop. I've lived in Arizona most of my life, but I picked up 3 of these hats. They are like trucker-style snapback caps. They're not snapback cats. And I paid, I think, $1.99 for each of them. I didn't know if it was going to be a bad buy, if there'd be anybody interested in them, but I just thought it was unique enough, and I finally sold the first one. This one sold for, I think it was $15 plus shipping. This next one is a game I've never heard of. Just, it looked cool, it looked old, it looked different, called Passing Through the Nether World. And it's some game, I guess they played it in ancient times, some game like it. I looked it up on Google and found a bunch of different stuff about it. Unfortunately, it's not super valuable. This one here went for $17.99 plus shipping. And the last item is my little girl Grace here. This is an American Girl doll that I picked up at Goodwill a couple weekends ago. Walked in there right as a cart was coming out. This was on the bottom. I grabbed it quickly, paid $15 for this, and actually I used a coupon that day, so we'll say I paid about $12 for it. Didn't even look it up. I know American Girl doll still sells pretty good, although this is the first one that I've ever had. First of the American Girl dolls. If you've ever sold them, put them down below. Let me know some of your success stories with them. This one here I listed for $119.99 plus shipping. Did have a couple people contact me asking me if I take a little less. I did send out a $100 offer to a couple people. They didn't take it, and I'm glad because it got a full price sale, $119.99, so $120 plus $15 for shipping. Really happy that I found this. Definitely one of my better purchases and sales here in the last little bit. All right, that's it for today, so I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you like this different angle. I know the lighting is a little off, maybe a little darker than it is normally, but let me know down below. First off, if you like this angle a little better, you see some pictures back behind me and some of my stuff, and if you like some of the items that I sold. So thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up, and leave your comments. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next time.